Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. Yesterday, I got the Hilton Hotels scam to hang up on me. True story. You know those robocalls you keep getting from Hilton Hotels Rewards, or whatever they are. Got one today and I finally didn't get dropped when I pressed 0 to talk to them. Indian-ish sounding gal answers. Asks who I am. Bob. I say, in my most redneck-sounding accent. She proceeds to tell me about this awesome vacation that I've won, and I let her go for 5 to 10 minutes. Answering her questions in redneck essay. Then she tells me that the vacation is for 2 adults and 2 children. Who would I be taking? Well, I'd probably take my wife. And my mistress, I drawled. I'm sorry, sir, but it's only 2 adults, you and 1 other, plus 2 children, she interjects. Well, that's not a problem. I say, my mistress is underage. Quote. She hung up on me. End of story. Next story. Wings and pizza equals WAP. Today I told my mother that WAP stands for wings and pizza. And coincidentally my brother is coming home from the military. So I told my mom that we should throw my brother a WAP night. So she called my brother and told him that we're going to throw him a WAP party since he's coming home. He burst out laughing with his fiancée, and I'm pretty sure my mom was confused as hell. My brother told my mom he will send her the song where WAP comes from later. She's done proceeded to call my uncle and invited him over for a WAP night. And finally my uncle told her WAP stands for wet ass pussy. LMFAOOO. End of story. Next story. I got finessed by a girl at a young age. This happened back during 4th grade. Think. I was neighbors with someone who was in my class. I don't even remember how we became friends, but we ended up talking to each other regularly. After a while, I invited her over so we could play with roller skates and a pogo stick that I bought at a yard sale. We had fun and the day ended without anything bad happening despite a couple falls here and there. One day I invited her over to play again. For seemingly no reason out of nowhere she started complimenting me. Calling me smart for getting a stepladder to get the pogo stick down from a high space. Calling me cute, and I had no idea how to react as a 4th grader. Haha. So then she tells me if she could please borrow the roller skates and the pogo stick. Of course, me being the simp that I was, I let her borrow them after we were finished playing around. Funny thing was that her compliment strategy wasn't really effective cause I had no attraction towards her that way. I just wanted to be nice. Soon after that she decided to move without telling me and took off, including the roller skates and the pogo stick. I didn't realize what happened until months later looking back at it, and I'm just like, that bitch. End of story. Next story. Woman gets mad at me for asking about her medical history. I work at a doctor's office. I worked at an eye care office. I was an optician, aka the people who make your glasses. But we had an optometrist there as well. So you can get your prescription and then get it filled at the same store. Well, I was being cross-trained as a lab tech. Who'd run your tests? Well, I had a Karen walk in. Not her real name, obviously. I wish though. Would be so funny. I was the one who got her chart. Meaning she was my patient until our optometrist took over. Well, I get her back into a room and shushes a new patient. I have to ask a ton of questions. Family medical history and all that jazz. I had to ask if she or anyone in her family had a history of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, etc. Well, she was all fine and dandy until I got to the STD section. I had to ask if she's ever had an STD. And specify HIV separately. Well, she catches an attitude with me saying I don't need to ask her about that. It's her private affairs. I explain that it's standard procedure. Certain STDs can influence the way some medicines, treatments react with you. She got so pissed she started screaming at me, asking for the doctor to come in now. So I had to go get my officer manager because the optometrist was busy with another patient. She even started screaming at my officer manager. Long 10 minutes later, we finally get the optometrist to talk to her. We explain why she's so mad. He went in there and talked to her. Well, turns out she had HIV and was insanely insecure about it. But our job isn't to judge you. It's to get you the best care. And HIV means we have to take a few precautions for our sake and your sake. That's why we asked. I don't do well with people shouting at me. I have Asperger's, a form of autism. Screaming sends me into sensory overload. So I actually had to go back to the lab and sit down and just focus on making glasses for the rest of the day because I couldn't handle being around other people at that moment. I don't understand people who bite the hand that feeds. In this case, the hand that helps you see. End of story. Next story. I got drunk and tried to sue Gordon Ramsay. 7 comments. Share save hide report 92% upvoted. End of story. Next story. Falsely accused. I was sitting in high school art class during lunch working on some pottery. Next thing I know, I'm being escorted to the principal's office. I'm accused of sexual assaulting someone in the hallway during movement. What did I do? You know what you did. No, I don't. What am I being accused of? Are you really going to make me say it? You grabbed her breast in the hallway. Quote. In the office, principal says. She's already identified me when I walked through the office hall. The police have been called and are coming. I'm scarred and confused. How could this be happening? Think about everything you did during movement. Why is this happening? Did someone give her the wrong name? Wait. Did I do it? Why won't anyone believe me? I'm a teenager. I space out. I have hormones. I'm horny all the time. Oh shit. I've fucked up. What the fuck is happening? Girls in the art class. No, I don't know their names. No, I don't know what they look like. I think one has blonde hair. Somehow I convince the principal to check my alibis. I'm locked in his office alone. I can hear secretaries and office staff gossiping through the walls. I can't make out what they're saying other than some high tones and oh, that's terrible. I'm a nobody. I'm a little boy in a room with no hope. The girls confirm I was in art class when the assault was accused. What time was that? I wasn't even told that. I'm excused from the office. I'm given no information. I'm dying inside. I feel sad. Everyone is looking at me. No one wants to talk to me. Go back to class. Quote. I arrive in class which has filled with students waiting for the lunch period to end. Everyone is doing their own thing. No one knows what just happened. I thank those girls who thought it was funny. My fate was in their hands. I don't even know their names. I sit back at my art station and just zone out on my art piece. My half-eaten chocolate donut still on my lunch tray. Class starts and the world moves on with a disoriented teenage boy trying to process what just happened during his lunch break and how all that just happened in 30 minutes. I'm 40 now. Never learned who made the accusation. Was never given justice for the slander. That event still haunts me. Then again, life has put me through it more than once. Thank you for reading. Before this happened and since. Life likes to put me through it. I have so many stories of life being nasty. Luckily, I've had enough success in life and in love that I have people I hold on to. But I also have anxiety close to PTSD, which has developed from experience and stressful jobs I chose to take. I suffer from night terrors and problems close to being flashbacks. As such, I have a dark personality and sense of humor which is often inappropriate. I control myself with medication, which makes it easier to live and make it easier for my wife and children to live around. I just found stories I hope to contribute more as the muse strikes me. Thank you again. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.